Good morning. Let's see. I'm on. Great. Hello, Kia. Fabulous.
Turn my lighting on this morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good. How are you?
Good, good, good. Pumped and raring to go. That's a good good point.
Uh,
I have my drink with me here too. I think I might have
oh, what are you drinking?
just lemon and water. I thought I'll bring it in forward. It's such a great way to
I
start the day, isn't it? Go on.
absolutely. I normally have a pint of water to start, and then I have my hot water and lemon to kind of, flush the body and wake everything up. So
Absolutely.
there we are. Good morning. Good morning.
It's 6 PG.
It's,
Hello.
good morning, 6PG. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Indeed.
Mm.
Let's see. Um, I hope we have a few more people joining us. It's not quite 6:30, so I'll just stay here until then. We might as well.
That's okay. Let's just stay and breathe. And 6PG, we're doing
Yes.
some tapping today. So, this is really a time for us to check in with ourselves and see what we're carrying. What are we carrying this week that we'd like to leave behind in this week? What are we carrying that we'd like to leave behind for the weekend? So we're just going to do some tapping around just generally how we're feeling and see if we can relieve some of whatever it is we're feeling, whether it's worry, anxiety, stress, overwhelm, um, whatever. So let's just see what we end up with this morning.
Yeah. I can. I
Mm.
can. I can. I can already share a bit. I don't know what we do about that. But yesterday I had this real sense of lethargy. I think it's some of the cabin fever from being stuck inside, and the grayness is really starting to get to me a little bit. I went out for a walk, but it wasn't. It wasn't enough. I'm
Yeah,
today is a better day, a brighter day anyway, because we're really influenced, right, by the light and all of that.
that's right. That's right. By the light, and the amount of light that we have during the daytime. We're going into sort of the winter months where we have shorter days and less light, and that affects us as well. And that real sense of lethargy. It's funny, I had quite a few clients saying to me yesterday they just felt really tired. So I think there's also something in the air. So we can
Mm,
definitely tap around lethargy or cabin fever or isolation. So any of those things that really resonate, we can tap around that,
yeah,
bring us some sort of relief and clarity around our part in it and how we
yeah.
can let that go. So let's see where we are with time.
Okay, I'm just going to check in with one person who has been here for most of the sessions to see if she'll be joining. Um, just give me 2 seconds. But let's please kick off. Let's just get started.
Amazing. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Philippa, I think it says. Philippa, good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining us here this morning. My name is Kia Aileen, and I'm a soul clarity coach and hypnotherapist and Qigong teacher. And I'm joining Nena this morning. Nena has graciously allowed me to take over some mornings on her Instagram page to just share some practices that might help us through this time of lockdown. I know it's a time of unease for a lot of us. We're thrown off our routines and various things like that. So I just wanted to come and share some practices, a few mornings a week that might help us. So Nena.
Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm so pleased. Hi, Pan. I can see a few people I know, which is good. But yes, you guys can see I'm just rolling on my flight mode. So if you have yours, whip it out, or like Kia usually says, set the scene with whatever makes you feel zen and centered. This really works a treat for me.
Yes, I've had my flight mode. I've got my incense and my crystals. They're never far.
Oh,
I have my water. So whatever is going to make you, as Nana says, whatever is going to make you feel comfortable for just this next few minutes that we're sharing together, then go and grab it and come back to us. We're just going to do a really gentle practice today.
fantastic. To be fair, I think we can kick off at 6:30. Excellent.
Beautiful, excellent, awesome. So is it okay if I kick off?
Yes, let me just say a quick one line. Just thank you for to everyone who's here with us. We know it's really early in the day, and this is a fantastic way to start the day. Kia is going to introduce what this is about, but I just want to remind you we're here every morning at 6:30 on Mondays when it's mostly meditation techniques and practicing them. Wednesdays we'll be doing Qigong, which is a form of ancient Chinese sort of martial arts and healing and breathing, a really relaxing exercise. And Fridays you will see shortly, I won't spoil that. Let me hand you over to Kia and just thank you again for being here.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you so much for everyone being here. Thank you to Nena. Yeah, and start this journey by thanking yourselves for committing to just this time of self-care for you. So, thank you to yourselves. As Nena said, we're going to be doing a practice today. So today is a practice that I'll be showing you called EFT, the Emotional Freedom Technique, or tapping. Many of you might have heard it called tapping. EFT was developed by a gentleman by the name of Gary Craig in America, who was studying some energy psychology practices rooted in thought field therapy. And the premise is that when we tap on our bodies, on various points on our bodies, they're connected to meridian systems in our bodies, which carries the energy around our body. And the thought is that when we experience trauma or stress or worry, we interrupt the flow of energy through the body, and this can cause a number of things, illness or, insomnia, or just a number of various things that can go on throughout the body. And it's all based on the premise that emotions are stuck somewhere in the body. It's also called needleless acupuncture because it works with the same energy points around the body. So when we tap, we're going to be kind of connecting to those meridians around the body and hopefully kind of pushing that energy through so that we get more flow throughout the day. It's very gentle, it's easy to remember, and once you know these points, even if you don't remember the things that I'm saying, you can use this technique wherever you are. And if you find that a point feels good to you, you can revisit that point, at any time during the day. I quite like this point if I'm feeling a little bit of anxiety. Sometimes I do this throughout the day, or this. So you'll see some of the different points that we're working with. Whatever feels good to you throughout the day, you can do that, or you can do a whole round that I'll show you shortly. So coupled with a bit of breathing and some words that I'll show you, and then the tapping, hopefully this will bring you some relief. So for those of you who are here this morning, I'll just check in with you. What are you holding this week? What is it that maybe you'd like to tap on? So it could be anything like, if you're feeling overwhelmed, or as Nena has already shared, feeling a bit of lethargy to do with cabin fever. Maybe someone's feeling a little bit anxious. So if anyone wanted to share what they're kind of with this week, we could also tap around that as well.
Just feel free to write it down. Let's see the chat. It might be too early.
Might be too early for sharing. And I can
We just had a message from
Grief.
6PG.
Grief. Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so I'm trying to see.
I can read it out. It's
SLXPG. Is it SLXPG? Okay. All right. So I think we'll go with that, Nana, if that's okay.
Yeah.
And if you can just tell me where you feel that grief in your body. So if you take a deep breath in and release, and a deep breath in and release, and one more deep breath in and release. You just kind of check in with the body, breathing in and scanning from head to toe, where that grief is in your body. So it might be in your heart or in your belly or in your shoulders. Where is it in your body? SLXPG. Behind my eyes. Okay, brilliant. Okay. And I'll ask you just a few more questions. If you can see or sense a color or a shape of that grief behind your eyes, if you have a color or a shape that you can share with us today. And it's interesting. I mean, grief is something that I think a lot of people are experiencing in this time, you know, being separated from family or friends. You know, grief is loss, and so we're kind of, you know, all experiencing maybe a bit of loss of, you know, just kind of what we think is happening for us in the world. So black.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. And SLXPG on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being no feeling at all, and 10 being the most intense feeling possible, what number would you give that? And
Yeah.
while we're waiting, we're just going to start just tapping just on the side of the hand. So this is called the karate chop point, and you can use a couple of fingers, 6. Okay, thank you for sharing that. So you just gently tap on the side of the hand. I'll show you the tapping points first, and then we're going to go into the full exercise. And after I show you the points, you don't have to worry about keeping your eyes open. You can just follow the sound of my voice, and I'll talk you around. So this is the first point, the karate chop point. It doesn't matter which hand you use, right or left. Absolutely okay. And then from here, we're going to move to the top of the head by the crown. Just tapping there. I'll let you take my glasses off so you can see me properly. And then from here, we're going to move around the eyes. So the first point is just at the top of our eyebrows here. And you can use one hand or two, left or right. It doesn't matter. So we'll start at the top of the eye, and then we move to the other side of the eye by the temple.
And how much pressure should we be applying? Just gentle.
Very, very light, very gentle. So it doesn't need to be hard at all. The body really responds to very light touches. And we do this first round without any talking because we're letting the body know, we're letting the parasympathetic nervous system know that we're doing some gentle work with it. And so that it's more receptive to what we do next. And then under the nose. And then breathing. And then under the lip. Sort of where the divot is. Under your lip. Just there. And then from here, we move to the collarbone. So where your collarbone is, you want to come about an inch down. And there should be kind of an indentation there. So you want to tap just in there. And I can already feel sort of my body kind of coming down just by doing just this gentle tapping. There's also a point called K27. So from here, we move out toward the shoulders. And there should be kind of a sore point or a sensitive point there. You can tap there. And then from here, there's a point that's slightly awkward to get to, but I think, especially for grief, it's going to be really useful. So underneath the breasts, the top of the rib cage, sort of where your bra might end, just in there. And just remember your breathing, deep breathing there. And then we're going to get under the arms where your bra strap might be. You can do one hand or two. And then the back of the wrist. And then the side of the thumb by your nail bed. And then the side of your index finger, middle finger, and then pinky finger. And then back to the karate chop point. So that's one round. So let's just take a deep breath there. And then release that. Beautiful. You already might feel yourself kind of coming back. So we're going to match this with some prompts around grief. And we can just close the eyes down and just be in the body. So just taking a deep breath in. And then wherever you are, you'll want to repeat after me the words that I say. So deep breath in, and then release. And then even though I feel all of this grief behind my eyes, I completely love and accept myself anyway. And we're all going to repeat this so that we're all tapping into the collective grief, and whatever grief, even if it doesn't exactly resonate with you, there might be somewhere in you that's holding that. So all repeating the prompts after I say them, wherever you are, even though I have all of this grief behind my eyes, I completely love and accept myself anyway. Even though there's this grief behind my eyes, I completely love and accept myself anyway. Breathing, and even though I have all of this black grief behind my eyes, I completely love and accept myself anyway. And then the top of the head, all of this grief, and then just repeating those words, all of this grief behind my eyes, this grief that feels heavy behind my eyes, this black grief that I'm holding, top of the eyes, all of this grief. Taking a deep breath in, this black grief, all of this grief that I'm holding in my body. The other side of the eye, all of this grief, this black grief behind my eyes, feeling heavy behind my eyes. This grief that I feel, all of this grief underneath the eye, all of this sadness that I'm holding on to, this sadness that I feel in my body, and grief. Underneath the nose, take a deep breath in. All of this grief, releasing grief from my body, releasing grief behind my eyes, feeling this grief, grief behind my eyes, grief in my body, underneath the lip, so much sadness. I acknowledge the sadness. I acknowledge the grief. I acknowledge the grief in my body. Take a deep breath in, coming down to the collarbone. I acknowledge the grief behind my eyes. I allow the grief to be. I allow it to be a part of me. I allow myself to be in the grief in order to release it. Going out toward the shoulders, K27. Take a deep breath in. And release, blow it out. And then repeating after me. Releasing this grief. Releasing this grief behind my eyes. Releasing the black grief behind my eyes. Allowing myself to breathe as I release the grief behind my eyes. And underneath the breasts, just at the top of the rib cage, take a deep breath in. Take a deep, deep breath in. One more deep, deep breath in. And then repeating after me. All of this grief, feeling the loss, allowing myself to release the grief. Knowing that grief is a sign of how deeply I love. I acknowledge the grief and I acknowledge the love. Coming underneath the arm by your broad stroke, or your broad stroke of you. Take a deep breath in and release. I acknowledge myself. I acknowledge the grief as a part of me, as a part of my experience. All of this grief, releasing behind my eyes, releasing the blackness and the sadness. And tapping at the wrist, take a deep breath in. And then repeating after me, and I thank myself for allowing myself to feel this grief. Now releasing this grief. Tapping the side of the thumb. This grief and sadness behind my eyes. I release it from my body as I accept where I am and acknowledge the love. Tapping the index finger by the nail bed. Take a deep breath in. I acknowledge the grief and I acknowledge the sadness as I release this from my body. Second finger. As I release this from my body, I acknowledge myself. Excuse me, I acknowledge myself. Pinky finger. I acknowledge myself. And I acknowledge the love as my heart expands in this space, into the space of all that I am, in the fullness of my experience. And then back to the side of the hand, taking a deep breath in and release. Beautiful. One more deep breath in and release. One more big, deep breath in and release. And then we're going to move to the other side of the hand. So the other side of the hand, tapping in between the pinky and the ring finger, just tapping there. And then opening the eyes very wide. And then look down with your eyes to the left. Look down with your eyes to the right. Rolling the eyes clockwise and counterclockwise. And then hum after me. And then counting after me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Beautiful. Stop tapping. Take a deep breath in. And let that go. Beautiful. Excellent. So just checking in with SLXPG to see if you've experienced any relief there. How does that feel? And then how does that feel? How did that feel for you, Nana?
Good. I feel like I felt that go through me. I'm feeling more relaxed. I feel like I could do some more breathing just to get more centered movement, but I feel good. How the others? Yeah.
Beautiful, excellent. So just checking with SLXPG, so hopefully that will feel better. And what you can do, once you've learned how to do the tapping and the tapping points, you can just continue that. When I'm working with clients, I normally like to do about 3 or 4 rounds and then check in with them. Light returned, beautiful, excellent. And as you can see, that was just 1 round that we did. That's called a round. So going from the hand back to the hand is 1 round. I typically will do sort of about 3 rounds, just keeping going and bringing that intensity down. So hopefully we started with SLXPG at a 6, and hopefully that level of intensity has come down for her. So you can just do that in your day. You know, whatever you're sitting with, you can just say, you know what, I feel whatever. And then if you said, you know, I feel lethargic today, you just accept where you are in that awareness. And even though I feel lethargic today, I completely love and accept myself anyway, right? And just kind of really accept that, associate with that, and then just tell yourself you're just going to let it go and accept it because it's a part of our experience. And so we can use that tapping and the breath just to kind of bring ourselves back to ourselves. So I just wanted to share that, and hopefully that was helpful for you. We're working with grief today, but you can work with any emotion, any feeling, to bring yourself back into balance. And that's what this really is about, bringing yourself and your energy back into balance. And so that was our practice for today. I hope you enjoyed that.
No, that was really fantastic because it's such a handy tool that you have with you at any time and you can just repeat it. That's really helpful. Thank you so much, Kia.
You're so welcome. And like I said, even if you don't remember all of the points, if there was a point that you really like, then just do that. Just do that. So it doesn't, you know, just use it. It's a great tool. So hopefully that's good. And
exactly.
You enjoyed it.
And I'm going to save the video down so it's a resource that you can keep going back to if you want to remind yourself of anything from today. So we'll let you guys get on with your day. I hopefully will see some of you guys on Monday morning where we'll be focusing more on the breath. And what technique will we be going through, Kia? Do you remember?
We're going to be doing 3 different breathing techniques. I'll show you 3 different breathing techniques on Monday, and then you'll be able to take that away, and whatever one, you know, resonates with you, you can take it away and use that.
Fantastic. And tell your friends. Have a brilliant weekend, everybody, and hopefully see you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Have a great weekend. Bye.